Scott, you definitely hit the nail on the head with this therapy thing. After this episode, you and Contessa is definitely not just a tune-up. Y'all need a whole engine fix. Honestly, baby? What's up, you guys? Your girl Gigi is back. How you doing? We got to talk about Married to Medicine. The episode came on last night, and we definitely finally are getting clarity to why Contessa is so goddamn, deep with this whole situation of her leaving school. It's finally starting to make sense. The conversation that she had with Buffy definitely gave us a lot of clarity, so we're going to talk about that. But before we do, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I got a couple of shout outs we got to do because some of y'all were very wise, hit that button and subscribe to your girl's channel and are now part of the fam. So you deserve some acknowledgement. So first, I would like to shout out Miss Shantia Ruffcorn. I hope that's how you pronounce your name. Shantia Ruffcorn. Hey, I love the appreciation that you gave me down in the comments. And last but not least, I would like to say hey to Miss Noble B. You gave me some hearts down in my last review that I did for the Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion. I appreciate it. And for all you other guys who subscribed, I'm sorry, but I just go with most recent off my notifications. But I definitely want to let you guys know I see you, okay? So y'all, let's not waste no time. Married to Medicine, the episode basically picked up where we left off, which was the exercise with Simone. And Simone was doing the whole little messy boots thing where everybody picked up a question, and this time they kind of showed us questions that we didn't see on the last episode. So we get the first question, which was, what do you think about, a long distance relationship? And, they kind of picked that up because him and Buffy went through it. Him and Buffy, he was moving around doing a lot of stuff. And he's like, you just have to make it work. Drive back and forth, make time for each other. Scott looked at Contessa like, it's easy for them. They ain't got kids, which is very much true. Kids definitely complicate situations. Another question, they got back on the thing of, if your partner cheats, do you cheat and it washes and are you able to work it out? And Toya killed me because she looked at Eugene like, remember in the beginning of our relationship, you said we would work it out. And Eugene looked at her like, Heifer, that was a long time ago. I said, yep, Eugene only said all that when y'all was broken hand and had no goddamn money. Now y'all got money. Eugene's like, bitch, try it if you want to. You're going to cheat on me. Your ass going to be at this big ass house that you just designed tomorrow if this happens. So then Cecil killed me talking about, women would never cheat. And Toy was like, yep, you dang right. But Contessa was slick when she said women would never get caught under her breath. So now I'm looking at you side-eyed, Miss Contessa. What you mean that women would never get caught? Because the way she said it was as if she had some real experience in that area. And Scott looked at her like, no, that's not true. And she was like, she just kind of was like, I was like, oh, so you might have been out here, dipping and doing it in the streets, Contessa. Scott, you might want to look into y'all's history. So then the other question was about, should your spouse yell at you in public? And Scott was like, I don't do this, but, you women and stuff like that. Maybe it's a question for Contessa because, you women, you always tend to yell because, whether you're mad or calm. And the women are looking at him like, oh, so you just say we emotional, nigga? Is that what you saying? And the men are like, zip, don't say nothing. Scott, you're making it look bad for yourself. Just hush, okay? But Contessa's like, hold up. Are you alluding to you never yelled in public? And he was like, no, definitely not saying that. She's like, yeah, because, at times when you yell, she says, I get up and go away because it's only going to, make the situation worse. And so I sit there and make the other person look stupid. And I was like, dang, she was definitely shading Scott in that moment. And then we circle back around to the question of, Damon answering, the little cheating question, and then the school. We get back to, okay, is it okay? Does a person need permission to go back to school, start a business, or whatever? And, everybody kind of said the same thing of, no, it's not permission, but you have consideration of asking your partner, is this going to be best for us? This is Toya explaining it. It's my job to convince you that this is only going to help us in the long run. This is going to be beneficial to both of us. And it obviously struck a nerve with Contessa because her and Scott are going through this exact situation. And she basically explains, it's a double standard. For women, all day we support our men. Damon and Cecil, y'all change jobs. And I'm sure, the women rally behind the other women saying, support your man, do things for your man. But, if it was the other way around, men wouldn't be sitting there talking about, let your woman do this. Like, she can change jobs. She basically does Scott changed his occupation plenty of times. And without her consideration, and she just went along with it. And Scott's like, this question definitely pertains to us. Contessa went back to school, and I'm not gonna lie, I supported her, but I definitely underestimated how difficult it was gonna be, which is what men most of the time do, because women, we make the shit look easy. We can take care of kids, do all the stuff, and y'all don't even understand how hard it is, because we know it's our job. We just shut up and take it because that's what we're supposed to do. Because when you decide to have kids, you decide to take everything that goes along with it, unfortunately. So then, Contessa gets emotional and just gets up and walks off. And she's walking up the stairs, mumbling under her breath, talking about, I always am last. I feel last. So Buffy goes to check on her. Now, Buffy's like, you need to check him. Like, you feel away. You feel like he's not supporting you. Go and tell him that. And she's like, I can't do that. And this is why you have issues, Contessa, because y'all both, as they both admitted, y'all shut down and don't say nothing, which in the long run doesn't fix anything. So now Buffy's talking to Contessa, and this is where we finally get why she's feeling the way she does. And Contessa's telling her, like, I don't think Scott realizes how traditional he honestly is. He might not think so, but because he grew up as the youngest of 10 kids, all he witnessed was his mom staying home. So maybe subconsciously that's what Scott was looking for and didn't realize it. Maybe that's what he kind of, influenced Contessa to become. But he can't only do that without her allowing it to happen. So as much as you got to be mad at Scott, you got to be mad at yourself, Contessa, because only you make those life decisions for yourself. And she finally admits too, like, I went to Nashville and I made sure to come back and I saw him, but not once did Scott ever bring the kids to come see her. Now, you definitely dropped the ball on that, Scott. You should have definitely been having as much equal, energy in this. If she's coming, driving to see them, coming back to Atlanta, you should go to Nashville to take the kids to see her. That's only right that you do that. So, Contessa, I will agree with you on that. But in regards to, you leaving Nashville, leaving the program, you made that decision without any input from Scott. So you cannot put that on his head. And I feel like you did that just to prove the point of, here goes another thing I got to give up for this man, because she reveals, when me and Scott first met, we were both she was in the Navy. They were having a long distance relationship. She loved being in the Navy. She was traveling and going everywhere, but she decided to leave when she met him because they got pregnant, had kids. And once they finally found themselves in Atlanta, Scott moved to Atlanta for Contessa. He was like, maybe we should stop moving around because that will disrupt the kid's life, which I absolutely agree. Military kids talk about how all the time, like, they never feel stable because they're getting up every year to move to a different school. And as much as it is okay for you to be able to move around the world and stuff, Contessa, that really wasn't going to be conducive to a kid, because how annoying would it be to have to start a new school every 1 to 2 years like that, and you're not actually making friends, and then when you finally get comfortable making friends, we got to get up and move again. So Scott was right in that aspect, but I just don't think Contessa's ready to see that. But in the confessional, you could see how hurt she was having to give up the Navy, and she kind of like, yeah, so I gave up the Navy, and she was definitely holding back tears. But girl, you made that decision. I don't know if you told Scott, and I'm thinking this was another situation where you made a decision and you didn't tell Scott how you honestly felt about it, because we're watching you do it now with the whole school situation. You made a decision and you're projecting it on Scott. And to be real, let's keep it real, Contessa. You quit the program because you were feeling bad about how it was affecting your kids. And you can't admit to yourself that, dang, I had to give up something to become this wife and stay home for the kids once again to appease Scott. So instead of owning up to that, you need to make it about, I need to make this decision because here it is. Once again, I got to, appease Scott because he's the one who wants me to quit. He gets his way once again. And that's not it at all. So as much as he has to work on his stuff, Contessa, you need to work on it too. And back at the table, they are explaining to Scott, like, you got to be there for her. You got to make it simple sometimes. He's like, I did. She wanted to go to Nashville when there very much was a program in Atlanta, which I'm confused why you didn't choose the Atlanta program. Granted, it might have been so quote unquote better in Nashville, but it's still the same paper that says a certificate of completion. Like, it was going to be the same thing, Contessa, ultimately. So you need to ask yourself, why were you running to Nashville? What were you running from? Why did you need to get that space away? You didn't just choose Nashville, out of, it's the best program. Something in there in you wanted to run the opposite way. And you were running away from being the mother the stay-at-home mom that you feared becoming. I'm putting my Ian Levon's aunt hat on, okay, right now. So, back at the table, they're like, Scott, you got down, being the father, being there for the kids, but at the same time, you need to be a good husband. And, they get done with the conversation. Buffy's basically telling Contessa, like, you need to tell him, because to him, baby support is only the whole financial part, taking care of the house, taking care of the bills. But for you, support is different. And, people, as they say, there's different love languages, receiving gifts, affection, and time. So maybe for Contessa, obviously in therapy, for her, support is affection and in time. And Scott, you're just going to have to adjust to that. So everybody's done at the table, and the men and women are going to do separate dinners tonight. So everybody's getting ready, and it's so awkward in Contessa and Scott's room because he's in there talking to the kids on the phone while Contessa's outside on her laptop. And literally simultaneously, they're in the confessional talking about the same exact thing, which is, we always do this. We'll have a problem, sweep it under the rug. We won't really talk about it because we're both people who shut down, which is not good in a relationship. Both people can't be, people who shut down during conflict, because then this is what y'all get. Y'all feel like, oh, right now it feels okay. Y'all can just ignore it. But later on down the line, you get a Contessa who's mad about quitting the Navy 10 years ago. That's what happens. So, in Simone and Cecil's room, they're getting ready, and Cecil is saying, he got a surprise for the men. We're going to go to the strip club. Simone ain't worried about y'all going to the strip club because no matter what, y'all ain't going to compare it to the sip of pain where they had a whole bunch of dinglings flying in the room. Okay, a man with a hanging dick picked up heavily. Ain't nothing going to compare to that. And then Simone tells Cecil that she's actually doing a living single theme for Quad because, Quad expressed that she was feeling very unsupported last time when her and Greg basically were over. The couple trip was kind of like, she don't need to go. And she felt like they basically threw her to the wolves. So Simone's like, I want my friend to feel like I'm there for her. So everybody's getting ready. Polo Dave, Polo Tink Tink. Dave got there punctual. Cecil talking about, when we say 8 o'clock, Dave gonna get there at 7:58. Now, David, there's a such thing called CPT. I know you didn't grow up with that with your little cracker ass. When we say, okay, we starting to function at 12, nigga, we really mean 2, okay? Because people take their time, unfortunately, at these black people events or getting ready for stuff, okay? So next time they said, hey, get there around 8:30, 9 o'clock, all right? So all the men get together and they head out for their dinner while the women stay back at the hotel because Simone was trying to appease Toya. Toya thought it was dangerous out in these streets. We don't even do this shit back in Atlanta. Why are we back in this a bad part of Mexico? Like, Toya was doing the most, okay? But, they get down there. Simone pulls Heavenly to the side to tell them basically what they're doing for Quad. And that leaves room for Jackie and Buffy. They're just kind of sitting in the sand, quiet. And Jackie uses that opportunity basically to finally apologize to Buffy. Do I think it was a true, genuine, from the heart? She feels like, she recognizes what she did wrong apology? Hell nah. I'm with Buffy on this one. Jackie knows how to play the game. She knows how to say what she needs to say to smooth stuff over. I just don't think Jackie honestly feels like she did anything wrong. And, I think Buffy picks up on that, but for the moment, she's just going to take it with a grain of salt because she's a debutante, bitch. She knows how to do things, all right? I'm a debutante. I keep it nice and classy. We only get clatchet on certain occasions. She got clatchet at that dinner last time, and she ain't going to do it this time. That's a combination of classy and ratchet, if you don't know. So everybody finally gets down to the beach. And, Quad's sitting there and Simone lets her know, girl, we here for you. We gonna do a living single theme, okay? Last time you feel like we weren't there for you, we gonna fix it, bitch. And Quad's like, oh my God, for little old me, this is what we doing? What the hell y'all have to tell Mariah to get her down there, bitch? They didn't tell her nothing. They ain't said nothing about no Quad situation because they knew Mariah was gonna play sick and have cramps and stay up in the room. So they let that bitch know when she got downstairs. So they give her a little crown. The crown looked like it was from the Dollar General from around the corner, but it's the thought that matters. Heavenly pulls her up there and gives her a gift. And y'all, Heavenly pulls out this goddamn wand vibrator because she's like, we know you ain't getting none. And she said, it's rechargeable. I said, she ain't gonna be doing all that. At least I hope not. Like, Quad, I really hope he's getting something out here in these streets. Because the way you be talking about, you need somebody like this, it's making me starting to think that Greg maybe wasn't packing all downstairs and you was just suffering all this time during your marriage. So then they start playing the game Shag, Marry, Kill while the men are back at the bar talking about how, the edible panties Damon was ready for. And Dave was talking about, back in the day, there was more like fruit roll-ups. I'm like, oh, Dave, you exactly what I thought you were. The freaky old white man. Y'all, Dave might be surprising us with him why he get buffy with all that ass she got back there. So then they sit at the table, start talking about threesomes. And the question was answered at the table so that, Cecil and Eugene, because, they're starting to think, well, in theory, a threesome sounds fun. It sounds like a good sexual espionage. But, after that, two women with attitude, hell no, they ain't trying to deal with that. So then, in the confessional, all the couples did say they ain't down for that. They're not down for the get down with threesome, except Toya and Eugene. They said something about Alicia Keys. And Eugene's like, Toya probably gonna kick me out. And I'm like, she probably would. Alicia Keys, that's my girl. Definitely one of my favorites. Dressed up as her for Halloween when I was younger. Used to have the braids down with the beads and everything, okay? Even one of my cousins used to call me, Alicia Keys when I was young because I used to have these long braids when I was a girl, when I was younger. But nonetheless, threesome is a no-no. And then so they start playing Shag, Marry, Kill. Now, Contessa says she gonna shag Michael Strahan. And I'm like, bitch, where? Michael Strahan is not fine to me at all. He got cute features, like he's tall, broad, all the things that you want, but I'm sorry, man, them teeth, they just get to me, okay? Because that big gap and then you go down there, it just ain't a good combination, y'all. I just don't think that's a good combination. But she did get it right, though, saying marry Will Smith, because yes, Will Smith, that's my baby. Will Smith is fine, y'all. Him and Jada definitely got the relationship that I would want. So then we move on to Jackie. Jackie said she would shag Will Smith and marry Barack Obama. I can agree with that, Jackie. Heavenly said she gonna marry Jesus. She's talking about, can I marry Jesus? Girl, we're not having a Bible study session, okay? And she's talking about, I'm gonna marry Jesus and then shag. She said Terrence Howard. I'm like, Terrence Howard? That's completely the opposite of Damon, so that was a shock for me. And then we get to Quad, and Quad's trying to say something out of nowhere. Heavily talking about Common. She gonna shag Common. And she's like, oh my gosh. She's like, girl, you already fucked him, you know it. I was like, damn, Heavenly gonna put her business out there. And she's like, I know he was on Sister Circle, right? Oh, my bad, Quad. Was I supposed to say that? Now, Quad immediately denied. She was like, no, he just came on the show. He's actually dating somebody. So she shut that down real quick. And now the men, they're back at, the little dance situation, at the dinner, and they finally get the surprise, because Cecil's like, we going somewhere, so they get in the van, they driving, they noticing, dang, we on a little seedy part of town, they're seeing women outside, they pull up, skirt, stop, and Curtis is like, I see naked women. I'm like, yeah, you do. So they make it to the strip club, and y'all, the strip club, the environment was right, but the women was wrong. Ain't no ass was shaking nowhere. The girls was climbing up. She barely was a size 6, if anything. Like, man, but y'all in Mexico, I get it. Y'all ain't gonna have no ATL, flamingo type stuff, or, what's that club everybody go to, like the Blue Flame or some shit like that. So everybody's getting drunk off the Crown, the Henny. Damon got a girl sitting in his lap. She leaned over and whispered, talking about, you want sex, Poppy? I was like, Damon, get this bitch off your lap. She crazy. But he's so polite, y'all. He said, oh, no, I'm okay. I said, Damon, you was too nice. And the man was like, revenge of the sipping paint. And next thing you know, it's the next morning. And everybody waking up. And the text is going around. Did y'all know our husbands went to the strip club? Heavily wasted no time waking Damon ass up. She go over there talking about wake up. He's like, babe, why you turn the light on? She got the juice. Immediately start asking questions. So what you do last night? You came in at 2 o'clock in the morning. Where'd you go, Damon? Did y'all go to a strip club? He's like, buddy. He called her buddy. Talking about buddy. I don't remember. She's like, well, was a bitch touching you? And he was like, I can't remember. He's like, she sat on my lap. She said, sat on your lap. You know how I feel about bitches touching you. You got somebody touching you. He's like, girl, like, I do a lot for you. I'm a good husband. I don't be messing around. I went to a club like one time. Why are you acting like I cheated on you? I did nothing wrong. You over there went to damn sipping paint and had a man pick you up with his ding-a-ling hanging out. And so now Heavenly ain't got nothing to say. And she realized, oh, I really ain't got no dog in this fight. And she gets up and was like, you know what? Oh, why don't you go talk to that bitch? And he's like, you look better, though. And she walks out. Now, at the same time, in the other room, the other women ain't really tripped about their husbands going to the strip club. But they're doing a mission. So in Simone's room, everybody's packing stuff up. Jackie comes, and Jackie and Simone are getting ready for this mission. And the next thing you know, boom, 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 boom. It's Heavenly. She knocking like she the goddamn police because she pissed off about the whole strip club situation. So they pack a bag. She's like, oh, this is so nice. They might need condoms, after going to the strip club and all. And they're like, going to the condoms. You don't have sex at the strip club. She's like, oh, really? So Jackie's like, oh, I'm picking up. You found out that the husbands went to the strip club. How do you feel? And she was not happy about it at all. She's like, I'm okay. It's okay. He can go to the strip club. I don't care. But then you got this funky ass attitude, Heavenly, like, you can't be doing that. So what are you really mad about? Like, I think she knows how much of a good man she has with Damon. So anytime a girl look his way, she's ready to cut it off real fast. Cause she be like, oh, anytime a bitch just look at Damon or she touch him, like, I don't like it. I don't like it. Now, y'all, my triple is Heavenly teeth got too big. Like, the way you are talking now is just as if you can't put your mouth together, Heavenly. Like, I need you to downsize them teeth at least about 2 times, okay? They were good before you got them done. Why'd you do that to yourself? All you did need was a little bit of whitening. That was it. You didn't need a whole set of veneers. Like, girl, you was talking like you can't even clench your jaw right. So now, Simone and Jackie are kind of like, Heavenly, is this really how you gonna act because the husband went to the strip club? She's like, man, bitch, just forget it. Don't forget it. And the producers are trying to get out of her, like, what's really wrong? She's like, what do you want now? I'm telling you I'm mad. I don't like when no bitch touch Damon. It is what it is. And that's where the episode ends right there. And, we got to see next week where some things pop off once again. But that was the episode of Married to Medicine. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to subscribe to your girl's channel. Like this video. Drop down in the comments what you thought about the episode. And I will catch you guys on the flip side. Deuces.